Okay, let's just dive right into this explainer and finally demystify artificial intelligence. Look, if you've been watching the news lately, it kind of feels like literally everyone is suddenly an AI expert. And, if you're just starting out, that can feel completely overwhelming. But just take a breath. Today, we're giving you a really clear, actionable roadmap to start using AI immediately. And the best part? Zero computer science degree required.
First things first, we need to forget the Hollywood movies about robots taking over the world, right? AI, in its truest, most basic form, is simply a helpful assistant. It's meant to empower us, to help us learn and tackle our everyday tasks. Just think of it as a tool. It's like a calculator or a word processor, just a whole lot smarter.
To make this totally approachable, we're breaking it down into 5 simple steps. 1. Demystifying AI. 2. How AI actually works. 3. Mastering the perfect prompt. 4. The best AI tools for beginners. And 5. Your action plan.
Let's jump straight into Section 1, Demystifying Artificial Intelligence, where we strip away that whole sci-fi intimidation factor.
So there's this massive misconception out there about how this tech actually works. When you type a question into an AI, you might naturally think it works like a search engine, right? Well, it doesn't. You see, a search engine is like a librarian. It goes into the stacks, finds a specific book, and hands you existing information. AI, on the other hand, is much more like a writer. It composes a brand new response completely from scratch every single time. It doesn't look up an answer, it creates one. And honestly, that is exactly why it can sometimes sound incredibly confident even when it is totally wrong, a weird little quirk we call a hallucination. It's writing, not retrieving.
Which perfectly brings us to Section 2, How AI Actually Works. We're taking a quick look at the engine under the hood.
The basic machine learning workflow is honestly just 4 straightforward steps. First up is data input, feeding the system raw text from books, articles, websites, the whole shebang. Second, it learns patterns. The AI analyzes all that massive data to find relationships between words. Third is prediction. Based on what it learned, it makes a decision. And fourth, continuous improvement. As we interact with it over time, it refines its results. Understanding this basic cycle really takes the magic out of the equation.
So the absolutely crucial point here is that AI isn't doing magic at all. It literally writes one single word at a time. Think about it. If I say to you, the weather today is, your brain instantly guesses sunny or maybe rainy. You just predicted the very next word. Well, AI does the exact same thing, but it considers millions of statistical possibilities in a fraction of a second, chaining those predictions together until a full sentence or whole paragraph is magically formed.
To prove how this prediction system actually works under the hood, let me ask you a really simple question that AI historically struggles with. How many R's are in the word strawberry? I mean, you and I can count them in a second, right? 1, 2, 3. But if you ask an AI, it might confidently look you in the digital eye and say there are only 2. Why on earth is that?
Well, it gets spelling questions wrong not because it lacks intelligence, but because of how it reads. Humans read individual letters. AI, though, reads text in chunks called tokens. So when it looks at our word, it doesn't see the individual letters S-T-R-A-W-B-E-R-R-Y. It sees straw and berry entirely separately as whole chunks. It's predicting words based on patterns. It's not actually counting letters. Kind of wild, right? Now that we know it operates on pattern prediction, we arrive at Section 3, Mastering the Perfect Prompt. This is where we put the steering wheel firmly in your hands. I absolutely love this quote from our sources because it is the ultimate sigh of relief for beginners. You do not need coding skills. You need clear communication skills, and you already have those. You aren't writing complex algorithms here, folks. You are a director giving instructions to an actor. The clearer your instructions, the better their performance is going to be.
Just look at the night and day difference between a vague prompt and a specific one. If you give a vague command like, write something about my business, the AI just has to guess what you want. You're going to get a boring, super generic result. But look at this specific prompt. Write a 3-paragraph description of my tiffin delivery service in Pune for my Instagram bio. The tone should be friendly, mention our 5-kilometer delivery radius, and include a call to action. Boom. That gives the AI the exact context, the audience, the format, and the tone it needs to predict the perfect response for you.
Moving right along to Section 4, the best AI tools for beginners. This is your quick decision guide to cutting through the noise and beating that pesky decision fatigue. Honestly, the very best place to start is with simple conversational chatbot tools, like ChatGPT or Google Gemini. Interacting with these tools is practically as simple as sending a text message on your phone. You just type a plain English question and it chats right back to you. Easy peasy.
And to avoid analysis paralysis, just pick the exact tool that matches your current need. Seriously, don't try to use everything at once. If you need help writing emails, use ChatGPT. Want to design a poster but have zero graphic design skills? Canva AI is your best friend. Researching a complex topic and need reliable sources? Hit up Perplexity AI. Need to build a slide deck in 10 seconds flat? Try Gamma. Just match the tool to the task and you'll be golden.
Once you're feeling a little more comfortable with those basics, you can start exploring slightly more advanced tools like Google's Notebook LM. What's incredible here is that it's agentic, which is just a fancy way of saying it does the heavy lifting for you. You can feed it a massive stack of research reports or crazy long documents, and it will instantly process all that data, find the common themes, and even turn it into a 60-second video or an audio format. It's essentially like having a highly capable, ridiculously fast research assistant.
Okay, so we've covered the concepts, the mechanics, prompts, and the tools. Let's wrap this whole thing up into Section 5, your 5-step action plan on how to begin today.
The absolute secret to not getting overwhelmed here is the rule of one. First, choose just one single tool to start. Second, sign up. It literally takes 2 minutes, and most of them have fantastic free tiers. Third, pick just one recurring weekly task you do, like drafting a specific report. Fourth, practice giving highly specific prompts. And fifth, and this is absolutely crucial, always review, edit, and apply your own human touch before you use the output.
Now, keep an eye out for a few common beginner mistakes. First, don't use vague prompts. Second, never blindly trust the output without verifying the facts. Remember, AI writes, it doesn't just search, so it can hallucinate. Third, don't give up if your first result is bad. Just tweak and refine your prompt. Fourth, as you get more comfortable, don't limit yourself to just one tool for every single problem. And finally, please stop worrying about looking non-technical. These tools were designed specifically for plain language.
We're going to leave you with this final thought. AI is a fantastic assistant. It can summarize, draft, and brainstorm like nobody's business. But it should never replace your own critical thinking. You absolutely must stay curious, stay slightly skeptical, and always stay in the driver's seat. So the question is, are you ready to take charge and start your AI journey today?